Hi everybody and welcome to another author interview at In-House Publishing. Joining me today is Maisie and Lyn Lysaught, the author of Just Like Maisie. Hey Lyn, how are you?
I'm fantastic, how are you?
Pretty cool, pretty cool. This is different. I don't usually have animals sitting here to interview.
Yes, I know,
Hey puppy.
You got Maisie today.
Well, congratulations on your first children's book.
Thank
How
you.
about you tell us what it's all about?
Well, it's about a very determined little beagle called Maisie. And Maisie does exactly what she wants to do, and in this book she goes with her owners, Mr. and Mrs. Harris, on a trip to Europe and travels to London, Paris and Rome, and she uses a lot of inventive disguises to avoid being recognised by Mr. and Mrs. Harris. And they're not sure, we're not sure whether they'll eventually find out that she's travelled with them or not. So kids love looking at the all the little disguises that she uses in every page.
Obviously you're the proud owner of a beagle. In fact, you're the proud owner of two, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, we've got Harris,
Yep.
after which Mr. and Mrs. Harris are named.
Excellent.
We had to put him in the book somewhere, and Maisie.
And what inspired you to turn Maisie into a character for a book?
Probably her personality. She's very inquisitive. She's right out there, and if she was a human being, she'd do lots of wonderful things. So I just thought that she'd be just what would she do? We actually went on this trip to my husband and I a few years ago, London, Paris and Rome, and we really missed the dogs. And I just wondered what it'd be like if Maisie actually, could come along with us. And we missed them, and it's sort of an integral part of the story is the bond between Mr. and Mrs. Harris and Maisie, and just like we have with them, obviously, in real life. So
I can relate to that. So how long did you do holiday for?
Well, it was only about 3 or 4 weeks. It wasn't that long,
So
but
I'm guessing
still
9 days, 10 days, and you started to get
we really missed them a lot.
Yeah.
So that's the theme that is going to go through the other books as well. That bond between Mr. and Mrs. Harris and Maisie will go all the way through. So I think it's quite universal.
That's fantastic. Now, you mentioned at the start of this, the kids are loving seeing the disguises that Maisie's in to kind of keep her identity hidden.
Yeah.
What else has come from the readers' feedback? Because it's been out for a little bit now, so you've had a fair bit come in. What have they said? What's the feedback?
Look, I've been out at childcare centres and preps reading it to kids, and it's just been great fun seeing how the kids respond. They love the colourful illustrations, they love looking for Maisie, they love seeing that she's such a sneaky little dog. And the teachers they use it a little bit as a travel, teaching the kids a little bit about travel and a holiday, and seeing the sights of, it's got the Eiffel Tower and the Colosseum and things like that, and Buckingham Palace, and the kids really cotton on to that, and they're
So it's
really
an educational tool.
Well, it is a little bit, but it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's mainly fun. It's just
without a doubt,
totally
it's a lot of fun. I've been working on this book for a little bit over some marketing things we've been doing lately, and every day I'm checking in on something with it, and I always get distracted and I'm looking at the images. Have you always wanted to be a children's book author?
Yes. I've written poems and stories since I was pretty small, and I've had a few. Oh, she wants to move. Okay, over there. Sit. Good girl. I had things published in school magazines, and then over the years with submitting into traditional publishers unsuccessfully, which in hindsight is probably the best thing that's ever happened, because now I've independently published, with your help, obviously, and I've got control over the book and any other books that I'm writing after this. So I'm really glad, in hindsight, that this has happened.
I want to touch
at a late stage, but still, it's happened.
Look at this. Come on, attention. What about me? What about me, Maisie? Yeah. We know you're there. Well, this is an interesting point you raised. I want to touch on this for a minute. Is that you actually were in charge of the illustrator who was located on the other side of the world.
UK, yes.
And as you know, when you come through a company like ours, you work with us, but you're the final shot caller. You took a lot of control over the actual destiny of this book, which must have been quite satisfying.
I had all the control. If I wasn't happy with the illustrations, we'd go back forward until I had it how I really wanted it. So I never would have had that control if I'd gone through a traditional publisher at all. So it's really exactly how I wanted it.
Which is pretty critical to what you said before too, because whilst this book's a lot of fun and that's great, but there is an emotional connection between the Harrises and Maisie, just like there is between you and Maisie.
Definitely.
You want to keep that fluent.
I want to keep it, and I think the kids do see that, and the feedback when I've got my little sessions reading to them, they all want to tell me about their dogs and what their dogs do, and so it's just a real connection with the kids that I've developed, which is through Maisie and through the book.
That's massive. I totally relate.
I know, it's just fantastic.
I've got one more question. Now, just like Maisie, this is the first book in the Maisie series. There is more in the pipeline. How about you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, I'm at the moment getting the illustrations done for the second one, Play It Again Maisie, in which she becomes a world-famous concert pianist. The one after that's in draft form, and she goes on a mission to the moon. So the possibilities are endless with Maisie. She becomes more and more adventurous as the series goes along.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now, there's another reason you're here today. You're here today to also get your car sign written.
Yes.
And I just want to talk about that for a minute, because I think that one thing you've done, you've really owned the opportunity to create a brand out of what Maisie and what about the stories of Maisie represent. Yes. So I want to commend you on that. So keep an eye out for Lyn's car, especially the back window. Maisie's all over it. If you guys would like to get a copy of Just Like Maisie, this is her website behind us. Check out the web domain. Also, it's available at the in-house bookstore and will soon be on Amazon, so check it out. Lyn, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All good. Thank you, Maisie.
Thanks. Bye.
All good. See you guys again soon.